Honestly, I really don't have anybody to talk to about this scenario, so I'm just going to vent to myself. Today I had a wonderful day. I went to church and the pastor was talking about persecution. And it really hit home to me because I deal with so many health issues on a day-to-day basis. I literally wake up in flight or flight mode every day, just dealing with lupus and kidney failure. And sometimes I take it personal. And I ask God, like, why do you have me going through so much? And it really made sense to me what the pastor was saying today, because he was just basically saying that God will put you through trials and tribulations to build your character. Because if you can't make it now, then you definitely are not going to make it to where he has you going. And it made so much sense to me, because sometimes I feel like I'm suffocating. Like, I feel like I'm literally suffocating every day dealing with this illness and having to fight for my life. But I put on the best attitude, because why would I walk around miserable when I already feel miserable? You know, like, every day is a blessing, and God has already given me another chance to live twice. So I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain about the life that I deal with and the struggles that I struggle with every day, because it's still a beautiful life. And I literally put my best energy in every day, even though it's such a challenge to get up every day, to look in the mirror and look at me and wonder, like, why? Why? I don't question it anymore, because it's pointless. Like, everything happens for a reason, and I know God has put me through this for a reason, so it's going to build my character. And so I'm just holding on to the fact that this is going to break eventually, and that wherever he has me going, that it's going to be so worth it. And even if it's not in this lifetime, maybe in the next lifetime. And I'm crying because I got into it with someone, and they're like literally telling me that I'm not putting in my best on a fucking business that I want to do. I want to sell life insurance. I really do. I missed one meeting, you guys. One meeting. Because I chose to go out with a friend today to treat myself. And the reason why I chose myself over a fucking business is because I deserve it. I deserve to put myself first for once. And it wasn't even putting myself first, because it wasn't like I didn't take Malachi with me. I have Malachi with me 24/7 unless I'm at treatment. When I go to doctor's appointments, I take this baby with me. When I sleep, I sleep with this man. He's literally in my room right now because he's not going to sleep until I lay down. Like, you know, when you have a toddler, their life is revolved around you, which is fine. I love it. He keeps me motivated. He's the reason why I fight so hard every day, because if something happens to me, what's going to happen to him? And I feel like because I have such a positive attitude every fucking day, people don't see the struggles that I deal with on a day-to-day basis. And they judge me because I'm so positive. But why would I fucking walk around like moping and just horrible? It's like down on my luck. Like, life is not worth living that way. I don't give a fuck what you're going through. You better hold your head up high and keep looking to the sky for a better day, because those better days are coming. It may be 7 years, because I've been dealing with lupus for 7 years. It may be 20 years. In the Bible, those people struggled for 50, 30, like however many, like decades of suffering just to get to the promised land. And if God has to put me through decades of suffering, then I'm going to do it. But I guess what? I'm going to walk with my head high, and I'm just going to keep my attitude to the sky, because I know, like, it's worth it. It's worth it. It's not worth it to be walking around to look like what you're going through. Even though I do look like what I'm going through, but my attitude does not reflect that. And people kind of look at me sometimes and they get shocked when I even share just a glimpse of what I'm going through on a day-to-day basis. You guys, this week I just had the roughest week. And you know, honestly, it's been like back to back. Like people just been coming at me as if like my life is so easy because I'm on disability and I stay at home every day. Do you know what it takes to be on disability? Struggle, pain, and suffering. That's what it takes. So if you guys think that this is an easy life, you can have it because it's not. I struggle every day. Let me just give you a glimpse of what I've dealt with just in 1 week dealing with this illness. I have ascites, and sometimes it flares up, and sometimes I'm okay. But this week, it shows to rear its head. And ascites, for people who don't know, is fluid on the abdomen. So I emailed my gastroenterologist. First of all, it took them months to even realize that I had ascites. I was walking around like a big old pregnant woman. My first ascites appointment procedure, they took off 8 pounds of fluids. I was walking around with that for literally 6 months before they even realized that I had ascites. And because I'm on dialysis, they just assumed that it was because that's where I was gaining my fluid weight. I kept going to my treatments. They was taking off all this fluid. I was leaving treatment just cramping and cramping and cramping and not understanding like why I still had this huge belly. And they're telling me that it's because my kidneys are not working properly, which is true. Like my kidneys are not working properly, but why is the fluid not being removed? I had to be an advocate for myself and say, like, this is not right. That I keep going to treatment and you're taking off, like, literally kilos. And if anybody doesn't know what kilos equates to, that's pounds. That's pounds of fluid every fucking time I go to treatment. That's 3 times a week. I'm leaving cramping because they're taking off way too much fluid that my little body can even handle. Because they don't know that I have ascites at this point. So I had to be an advocate for myself, and I reached out because at one point in my lupus journey, I've had a colostomy bag. And if anybody doesn't know what that is, that's where you shit. Your bowels are literally coming outside of your stomach into a bag, not on the natural way. It's on side in a bag, and you have to dispose of that. So because my belly is so swollen, I'm like, okay, maybe my colitis is flaring up again. Something's going on with my intestines because it won't be uncommon. I take so many medications, they have side effects. Maybe it's the colitis flaring up again. So I reached out to my gastroenterologist, and he was the one that diagnosed me with ascites. He didn't even have to do any tests. He did some tests to confirm it, but he just touched my belly and he said, yes, you have ascites. And guess what he told me? That all of these nurses were telling me every time I went to treatment that this was just fluid weight, because when you are on dialysis, you naturally gain fluids and they take that fluid off because some people don't urinate. Thank God that I still urinate, but even still with me urinating, my kidneys are not functioning at the highest level. So sometimes I do gain fluid weight if I eat too much salt, if I drink too much fluids. So every time I'm going to treatment, they're telling me like, this is just naturally what happens when you're on dialysis. And I'm like, well, that's odd because I've been on dialysis for 2 years now. Now it's 3 years. It made 3 years in April. I started dialysis on my 31st birthday. And they told me that this is ascites, and this is a third space that dialysis cannot remove. So for months, I'm asking and begging these people, like, what's going on with my belly? Is this normal? And at this time, I didn't really know exactly what was going on. I was believing the nurses, okay, maybe this is where I'm getting my fluid, but why is it not coming off? And also, I'm on antibiotics. At the time, I was on antibiotics every day for my skin because they diagnosed me with lupus of the skin, which turns out this is actually eczema. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. So they told me I had ascites. And this is a third space that dialysis cannot remove. So they had to schedule me for an ultrasound to confirm that diagnostic. And I went for the ultrasound and they said, yeah, you had quite a bit of fluid on here. We're going to have to schedule you for a paracentesis. I asked them, what is a paracentesis? This is where they take a long needle and they remove the fluids from you. So the first time, again, I had 8 pounds taken off from my belly. I've had 5 paracentesis since then. Each time is different. I had one in February, and that was 4 pounds. I had one this last Tuesday, and that was 5 pounds of fluid that they removed from me. Whatever. It's another day in my life. Okay, good, cool. Each time they do these procedures, they test the fluids to see what is causing the fluid to build up. Because people who have these conditions, they either have heart failure or they have liver failure. They've tested me for all of those levels. Thank God I don't have any of those conditions, but they still test the fluids anyway. So this time around, they tested the fluids. This test came back positive for me having an infection, which was very not strange for me, but it was like strange because I've had 5 paracentesis at this point and I've never had an infection. They've all been good. Everything's been checked out. It's just like maybe a side effect of the medication, or I don't really know exactly what's going on, or they don't even know what's going on. But I just keep getting these procedures every time the fluid builds up to a point instead that I'm just uncomfortable. So they tested the fluid this time and it came back that I had an infection. The doctor called me the next day, which was like, I thought that was odd because normally they just give you the clear. Like, they just give you your test results and they'll send you an email. But I got a healthcare call. I didn't really think nothing of it because I have lupus. So I get a lot of healthcare calls on a day-to-day basis, every other day, pretty much. So I didn't think too much of it. But when it was a doctor, he's like, hey, this is Dr. Kanga. Then that's when I was like, damn, what's going on? And he was like, yeah, so, we test the fluid every time that we do these paracentesis. And I'm like, okay. He's like, at this time, it turned out that you have an infection. And because of these results, I have to give you some antibiotics. And he was like, asking me how I feel. And I said, I feel okay. But every day I feel shitty. So I fake it till I make it. You know what I'm saying? So I just told him, like, I feel okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, every day to me that I wake up, even though I feel like shit on the inside, mentally, physically, emotionally, sometimes I just keep pushing through because I have no other fucking choice. Like, that's my life. You know what I'm saying? Until God tells me otherwise, that's what I have to do. So I push through no matter how I feel, because for one, I have a kid. Like, I have a kid and it's not my biological son, but God damn it, he's mine. And every day I fight for him and for myself. So yes, I don't feel the best, but whatever. I feel pretty good. You know what I'm saying? He was like, do you have a fever or anything? I said, no, I don't think so. But I thought that I felt a little warm. But I don't have a thermometer because my thermometer went out and I need to replace it. And I'm not trying to spend extra money. So I'm waiting for my healthcare card my United Healthcare, the greatest insurance ever. They give you a certain amount of money every month to buy over-the-counter products. You can buy heating pads, you can buy thermometers, you can buy shower chairs, and you can use it for your electric bills. So shout out to United Healthcare. Anyways, again, off topic. I'm waiting for them to send me a new card because I was trying to use that card to buy a thermometer, and they told me like, oh, we updated your card and we forgot to send you a new one. I said, okay, cool. Send me the new one. I'm waiting on the new card. So I wasn't able to check my temperature. So I'm just going with the fact that I just don't feel good, but I felt a little warm, but I don't have the adequate supply to check that, to confirm that. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, I'm just like, I don't feel good. It is what it is. I have lupus. I don't feel good every fucking day. It is what it is. That's my life. So whatever. I do what I do. My natural remedies. I take hot baths. I just got out of a bath because I was so overwhelmed that this person came at me so incorrectly. Like I'm not doing my best. Not even knowing, because I don't share this. I stopped sharing a long time ago. I created this page because I wanted to share the everyday ins and outs of my life. But then I felt like that was overwhelming for me. You know what I'm saying? And to do that every day and to update that with other people in the world. I mean, like, I feel like it's owed to the world, but at the same time, it's owed to myself to take care of me first. And I'm overwhelmed every day dealing with this. So I don't want to overwhelm the world. There's already so much negativity going on in the world. So again, I just put on this mask every day that everything's fine. I'm fine. I convince myself that I'm fine, that sometimes I just really be feeling fucked up and I don't even be knowing it. And I end up in the hospital and they be like, do you know that this is going on? I'm like, no, I didn't know, because I'm faking it till I make it. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, this week alone, ascites procedure on, first of all, I had I had treatment on Tuesday, right? That's 3.5 hours. Thank God. They're not taking off any fluid because my blood pressure's been extremely good. They put me on a new blood pressure medication. Blood pressure has been low, so sometimes that causes me to like drop low, and when running on treatment, taking the blood out and trying to pull, if they're taking off any fluid, then I'll have like really bad treatments. Thank God they stopped taking off treatments, because they're like, have you gained weight, Kim? And I'm like, a little bit, but you know, again, I'm just faking it till I'm making. I'm not trying to think about another paracentesis. I'm not trying to even put myself in that mindset. So they stopped taking off fluids because my blood pressure is extremely good, and I'm cramping if they're trying to take off fluid. So they're good. We don't take it off any fluid, but my nurse was telling me like, Cam, you're getting that swelling again. You need to call your people and let them know that you need another procedure. You need another paracentesis. And I'm like, yeah. I know. I'm avoided or whatever. But I was really uncomfortable over the weekend, like the heaviness of just carrying the belly around. And I'm like, okay, you right. You know, Farah, this is my little Asian chick. She's so cool. And I'm like, yeah, you right, Farah. I need to do that. So I sent the message. I actually sent the message. I told her I sent the message the Monday before treatment. So treatment is on Tuesdays, that I sent the message on Monday. Literally, you guys, after we start talking about it, right? They called me. The nurse called me from my gastroenterologist, and she was like, hey, this is Dr. Conga's office. And I'm like, hey, what's up? She's like, yeah, we got your email, blah, 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 blah. What are your symptoms? And this point, you guys, like, my team is so awesome. My healthcare team is so awesome. Sometimes they don't know shit. I have to literally be an advocate for myself in order for them to give me the results that I need. But this is how dope my life is set up. This, like, even though I have to go through all this stuff, God makes it so that I'm at the top of the list. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the top of the list. So I sent the email on Monday. They reached out to me on Tuesday. I'm at treatment at 5:45 in the morning. That's what time I have to be there. I usually get out around 10:30. It's like 3.5 hour treatment. So they called me, it was like 9:30 or whatever. I had to be up at this time. Normally I'm not, because I'm going early so I can get over and done with, and I can sleep my way through. Otherwise, I get major anxiety. And then I won't go. And I know it's something that I need. And I've not gone for a while. Like, there was at one point in my life that I was so over this whole thing that I just gave up on life. And this is testimony. If you ask anybody that's close to me, they will testify to this. I was over it. 63 days I went without treatment. I blew up like a house. Like, everything was gone wrong with me, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Everything was just garbage. I just felt garbage. I was giving up on life. Second time around. So they contacted me and they said, okay, so you feeling these symptoms or whatever. I'll send the nurse to Dr. Conga, and we'll let you know if we need to do like the ultrasound, because normally they do like an ultrasound to confirm them or whatever like that. At this point, they just trust my judgment. They don't even ask for an ultrasound anymore. Like, they'll do that when I get to the procedure. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know, like, if this girl says she got ascites and it's reoccurring again, she got ascites. Let's get this girl in. You know what they said? Okay, we gonna get you in. The doctor called me himself again. Called me. He was like, okay, Camila, I heard you getting some ascites symptoms again. Come here, Mally. Coming against some. See, this baby will not move without me. Come on, baby. Can you say hi to the people?
Blanket.
And he's so pampered, y'all. He's so pampered. You see, he don't care about none of I got to say. He's saying blanket. Say hi. Please. So he said, okay, you're dealing with these symptoms again. Okay, I'm going to put it in stat. If anybody knows anything about medical terms, stat means immediately, as soon as possible. So guess what? Not even 30 minutes later, they told me, okay, we got you in for today. Great. So I had treatment, 5:45 in the morning. Got out of dialysis 10:30, right? All my people rock with me. I got my other one, he over there in the kennel because he was tripping, barking at I don't know who he was barking with outside. Anyways. So he put me on stats. They called me, got me in that same day. 5:45 treatment till 10:30. Got out of treatment. My appointment was at 2:00. So I went in, got my procedure done. They literally took off 5 pounds, you guys. I'm going to add the fluid removal, the results, and the pictures of where you could see, I could knew something was going on with this fluid because it was reddish. And normally when they take the fluid off, it's like hi, little bear. He can't stand for me to pay attention to anybody other than him. Hi.
Mirror.
It's a mirror. It's a mirror. It's a video, baby. It's a video, little bear. So 5 pounds of fluid. It was red of the color, and normally when they take the fluid off, it's yellow. So it's not a mirror, baby. It's not a mirror, little bear. It's
a mirror.
it's a video. It's a video. Can you say video? Video? No. Okay. So normally it's yellow. This time around it was red. So I'm like, okay, that's a little suspicious, but whatever. I don't try to think too much into anything at this point because I know I will overwhelm myself just based off my everyday living circumstances, dealing with lupus, dealing with kidney failure, dealing with high blood pressure, dealing with ascites. So I'm like, okay, whatever. It's red.
Hi, baby.
So they tested the fluids, came back as an infection. Great. Call me. You got to put on antibiotics. You guys, this antibiotic is 400 milligrams. I have to take it twice a day for 10 days. So if that ain't a significant amount of infection, I don't know what to tell you at this point. And I'm telling this person this because I don't share this much content about my life. Every day I went to church. All I do is hear praises about, oh my gosh, every day, every time I see you, you're just looking so much better. And like, I just get nothing but praises and joy and just love in my life. And I'm so grateful for that. I truly, truly am. I cannot complain at all. But this specific person wanted more out of me and wanted me to perform to a higher degree than I was able to perform just based off the fact that I've dealt with so much just in 1 week alone. And this last time this person saw me, I was telling her that I had ascites. I was like, you see this? She was like, yeah, you look pregnant. Okay, cool. But my attitude doesn't reflect what I'm going through. My attitude doesn't reflect my circumstances because trust and believe I'm going to live my life to the highest. Okay, because God's given me that ability. So I'm going to live it up to that ability. Infection, antibiotics, great. So then go back to treatment. Thursdays, treatment's rough because sometimes the machine was janky or whatever. So now I'm going through a whole battle of Medicare helping my DaVita team get their machines updated, right? Cool, because maybe that's why God got me going through dialysis. These machines need to be updated. I've been to multiple other treatment centers. All their machines is updated. They touch screen. They got the nice little massage chairs with the heated seats. Okay, cool. Why we ain't got that? You know what I'm saying? We literally in Tulsa. Why we ain't got them? Malachi, I'm trying to make a video and I need for you to be quiet. And plus, it's past your bad time. Can you go night-night? Yes, then can you be quiet? Quiet. Okay, you can go to your room and go night-night.
I know.
No. I'm trying to make a video.
I know.
See, this is my life. Every day. And I'm not complaining. I'm grateful for this baby because he does keep me going. But I can't get a break. I cannot get a break. I cannot get a break. And even if I wanted to get a break, I wouldn't because this is my life. I chose this life. I signed up for this life. I didn't birth this baby. This baby was gifted to me from God. So, treatment on Thursday. Rough treatment. Something going on with the machine. Contact the Medicare. Something going on with my fistula. Maybe. But mostly we're thinking it's the machine. Okay, great. I'm going out to Medicare, contacting my insurance. We need to update these machines. What's the process? What can I do? You know what I mean? So then next treatment, Saturday, same thing, issues. I'm literally ending my treatments an hour early, an hour and a half early, which to me is cool. I'm out of here. But when I think about it on the other side, because there was other machines that was going out of commission. So they had notes and things of that nature. So I'm like, at this point, it's not even about me. It's about other people's and their lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Because some people don't urinate. So what if they had to end their treatment an hour and a half early and they still had so much fluid to remove? Then that means they have to wait to the next treatment or either restart the treatment that they could have finished and start all over again. That means another 2 pokes, because you get 2 pokes each time you do treatment. So that means 4 pokes in 1 treatment. Who wants to go through that? So I'm like, okay, what can I do? Let's update these machines. So now Thursday or Saturday comes around. I'm having the same issues. The machine maybe now it's like, okay, maybe it's your fistula. And I'm like, yeah, I just had a procedure on April 4th for my fistula. I woke up and it was swollen. My arm was swollen. And it was, honestly, it was a lot, you guys. And I'm going to show you right now, my arm is bruised. I'm trying to show you without flashing you. So, hi.
Hi, baby. How are you?
Hold on.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you, baby? Hold on, guys. So, I don't know if you can see these bruises on my arm. This is my fistula. It vibrates. This is what I deal with for treatment. These are bruises. I'll put some pictures in there. See these bruises? So now they're like, okay, maybe it's your fistula. I'm like, okay, it could be my fistula. So we contacted my doctor. This is a Saturday. And she's like, there's a after hours number you should call. Because she was, why are you calling me on a Saturday? This is at this point. You know what I'm saying? So, but she not tripping about it, but she letting them know, like, there is an after hours number you can contact. You don't have to disturb me on my day off. I'm enjoying time with my family. But again, this is stuff that I deal with. I don't get no days off. So cool. Whatever. So I'm waiting for them to contact me tomorrow. I'll get a phone call tomorrow. I'll keep you guys updated as to what they're going to say. I'm going to have to go in for a fistogram, which means they're going to have to check out my fistogram and tell me what's exactly going on. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to have another procedure. And that means, so people who don't have dialysis and don't have these, for people who have don't have the privilege of dealing with these consequences or these challenges, I would say. This is my lifeline. So this is my lifeline. And that means that this will be my second procedure within just a month. So my last procedure was like April 3rd, I believe. I was discharged from the hospital April 4th. And before that, it was March. So these are back-to-back incidents with my fistula. Again, my lifeline. This is how I survive. I don't have the luxury of just not going to treatment. I don't have the luxury of this not working. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how I survive. So imagine my mindset right now. It doesn't seem like it because I'm so calm because it's my everyday life. I'm just calm because I live in survival mode, okay? I was built for the storm. I'm built to survive, okay? What I'm telling you, like, I've had a massive heart attack, and they told my parents that I would never be able to walk again, that they would never be able to hear my voice, that I was brain dead. I'm here telling my testimony, okay? So when I tell y'all God is real, God is real. So I don't care what y'all going through. Somebody always has it worse than you. And even when I look at my life, I know somebody has it worse than me because I live with everyday warriors in my circle, okay? I go to dialysis and I see everyday warriors. And those are some of the happiest people I've ever met in my life. Like, when I go to treatment, it's laughter. It's laughter. And we are dying, like, literally dying. And people don't even believe it because we're just so happy. Like, and these people, the nurses and the technicians, and they put in so much hard work. And I'm grateful for them. And they come in with such positive attitudes because they see the struggle that we go through every day. And it makes them grateful for their life just to breathe, okay, regularly without having trouble of having fluid overload, fluid retention, or not being able to eat the right proper foods that you want to eat on a day-to-day basis. Like, they're just grateful because they see everyday struggles with people and they put a smile on their face. Some people are miserable, but majority of them are just like me, just happy and go lucky, just living their best life. They don't give a damn because they got to be at treatment. Like, they care, but it's better than being dead. You know what I'm saying? It's better than in the grave. It's better than being cremated. So what I tell y'all, don't judge a book by its cover. That's really what I wanted to come on here and tell y'all, because I've been through so much just this week alone. And that's my everyday life, my everyday struggle. And I don't complain, but I just felt the need to vent today because people don't see it. Because I choose to have a positive attitude. I choose to walk my head high because I'm so truly grateful for life and everything that God has given me. Like, I really, really am. Like, I don't care about the struggle. I'm just grateful to be alive. I'm so grateful to be alive. I'm so sorry, little bear. I really didn't want you to see this, but you just literally cannot leave me alone. So, literally, like, when people tell you that they're giving everything that they have, and you don't even know, sometimes you don't know because people don't like to share it. Because I don't want to be the burden on everybody's life. Like, I see that on my family sometimes, and that's just, like, I stop sharing a lot of things with them because I see how it affects them. It affects them. It gives people anxiety, like, and they have to deal with that every day, not knowing what's going to happen with you. Like, so even, like, I just share what I go through on a day-to-day basis within my household. Like, my own family members don't know. My sister doesn't know. Like, a lot of people, I share a lot on my Snapchat. So if you don't have me on Snapchat, follow me. It's Killer Cam. I'll share it on this page. But even there, like, I've had an ascites, I share my treatments, but nobody on there knows that I have an infection. And I'm fighting an infection right now in my intestines. So just please, y'all, don't judge a book by its cover. If you don't get anything from this video, I don't care. Like, just please, please, please. That's all I'm asking y'all. It's just don't judge a book by its cover because you just never know. You never know what people are going through. You never know what the struggles are. People do the demons, like, you know what I'm saying? The mindset and certain things that people can do to somebody can really set somebody over the edge. Like, if I wasn't as strong as I am, like, I'm telling you, I'm built for the storm. But even sometimes I can break. But I'm going to bounce back, baby. Trust and believe. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bounce back. Okay? Like, my comeback game is strong. Like, I'm built for the storm. But, again, not everybody is built for the storm. So you never know. Like, that one thing of you assuming something that somebody's not putting in their best effort can literally put somebody over the edge. That's all I'm saying. And you wonder why people are over here, like, literally just offing themselves. And they're like, oh, this person had everything. Like Twitch. He's a prime example. He had everything from the outside, right? And they found him dead because he chose to end his life. He chose to end the suffering that people didn't see that he was suffering. A few days before that, he was on social media living his best life with his wife, making dancing videos. Like, the social media world, y'all, is not all it cracked up to be. People are faking it, okay? Everybody's faking it. So don't think that this person's living a lot better than you are. Everybody's struggling at some point, okay? It's just a human nature. We're all struggling in some aspect. So please, please, I'm just leaving it at this level. Y'all, don't judge a book by its cover. Please, just reach out to y'all people. Actually ask them, how you doing? Because people be faking it until they make it, okay? I just recently found out that one of my goodest friends, one of my best friends, literally just shared with me a few months back that she's dealing with PTSD, traumatizing PTSD, that where she's literally having blackouts, okay? And that she was thinking about ending her life. This girl is just like me. Like, I'm her closest friend, and I never expected her to even be dealing with that. Never, until she actually opened up with me and told me her deepest hurts, her darkest pain. Like, I was amazed, and still to this day, when we talk about it, and she's walking me through the steps that she's going through to help her. Yes, little bear. He's ready for me to go to bed, so I'm getting ready to go to bed. But I'm gonna end this on this. Like, even your closest friends, you never know what they're dealing with. So please, y'all, if you find somebody that you feel comfortable enough, just open up, and I will do my best. If y'all like this video, y'all like this more of this aspect of me, and not trying to just fake it till I make it, and y'all want the real insights on what's going on with Camila, I'm here for it. I'm willing to share it. Because honestly, like, it ain't all just a smile, baby. It's not all just a smile, y'all. Like, I put on the smile because it makes me feel happy. And I know I have to put on this face for the loved ones that I deeply care about, because I don't ever want them to feel like what I got going on. You know, put that heavy burden. It's too much for me sometimes, but I know God chose me to carry this battle. So I put on this happy face because God has blessed me to do so. And I don't want anybody else. But if this is what y'all can relate to, I'm here for it. I got it for you. So please comment below. Send me some love, because I definitely, truly need it in this moment. And I'm grateful to have y'all. I'm so grateful for all the love that I receive just on a day-to-day basis. But if y'all need more content like this, because the world is ugly and we're not seeing the true ugly in the world and the true warriors and the survivors out here. So if that's what y'all for, y'all, I got it. Let me know. Much love.